The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are statements made by Eddie Hearn. Let's move this over. According to Eddie Hearn, Whyte versus Chisora in a cage match is huge. And if you look at what he said, we've seen boxers try their hand. Well, this isn't Eddie White's quote. This is the article. We've seen boxers try their hand at MMA, and we've seen MMA fighters try their hand at boxing, but there's a new twist to the crossover fight. Two boxers taking on each other in an MMA fight. Dillian Whyte versus Dereck Chisora. 3. In a cage. Eddie Hearn spoke with Sky Sports about such an event, and the promoter says such a fight would be huge. Both Whyte, who had a brief MMA career some years back, and Chisora have said repeatedly that they have interest serious about engaging in some MMA action. Whyte called out Francis Ngannou, while Chisora said he would fight for Bellator. Hearn has been in touch with Dana White regarding a possible fight, but regarding a possible Whyte versus Ngannou fight. While Whyte telling him such about is big business, Hearn has made it clear that for both Whyte and Chisora, the chance to fight for the world heavyweight title is the main priority, yet the possibility of some MMA action is not out of the question. Why not, Hearn said to Sky Sports in response to the possibility of a Whyte-Chisora fight in MMA. We should look at fights that create attention, that people want to see. Whyte versus Chisora in a cage, that's huge, but let's focus on boxing for now and understand that we're working towards Whyte's heavyweight world title shot. We have fun with Ngannou talking about a potential fight, and I spoke with Dana White about it. But everyone's focused on getting their own business back on track for MMA and for boxing. And basically, he went on to say how Chisora's focused on Alexander Usyk and Dillian Whyte's focused on Alexander Povetkin. But they're getting sick of waiting, and it's possible that fight can take place. Trill, what are your thoughts on Dereck Chisora or Whyte versus Chisora in an MMA match, and do you want to see it?
Look, shout outs to all the MMA guys out there. This is just my views and opinions on how I feel. Shout outs to Eddie Hearn. He's just looking out for Whyte. He was like, listen, man, that fight is never going to happen. You're never going to get that WBC belt. So why not let me help you get some bread in the meantime? And in between time, we can put on a circus act. You know, put you and Chisora in this in an octagon cage. Y'all two boxers. I know that y'all have MMA experience in the past, but y'all are boxers. Leave the MMA to the real MMA stars and fighters. You know, leave that to them. Y'all are boxers. But listen, if y'all want to go out here and make some money, and that's what it's looking like, a money grab, putting them out there. Look, Chisora's for it. He was like, shoot, lube him up. Let's get the fight on. You know what
The views and opinions of Trill do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole or the faces that you see on the screen.
Listen, I'm just saying, I respect it, man. Anybody that get in there and throw their hands and all that, it's just not for me. Listen, if they're going to stand up and then throw them hands, I'll watch it, see who falls with them little gloves. I think Chisora have a better chance of winning. You know, he got the little gloves on and he can hit him with something. But hey, I'll tune in. Why not? Why not? If it's not a real boxing match.
All right, Ned.
I'll watch it if they promote it as rematch. You know, part 2.
Part 3, bro.
Part 3.
They already fought twice. Yeah.
Fought twice. Oh wow. Well, we saw what happened in the last fight, but hey. It'll be dope. It'll be entertaining. It's another part. It's good for the sport of boxing. It's great. On them trying to call out MMA fighters, I would say stay. I'll agree with you. Like stay in your own lane. Like him and Chisora, Whyte and Chisora fighting each other. They're experienced with each other. They know how it works. And there's not. I don't know how much damage they could be done to each other in an MMA match if they were to fight each other in the octagon. But if they're calling in Bellator and in Ngannou, y'all playing a dangerous game, man. You know,
that's UFC.
Huh?
Ngayu's UFC.
Ngayu's UFC. If they call it Ngayu out, stop it. I would say don't do it. That's not what we want. But yeah, it would be pretty dope to see them in the octagon facing off for another round. So pretty dope. That's all.
Well, I don't want to see Dillian Whyte and Chisora in an octagon. I don't think it's going to be as huge as he anticipates. Well, I should say I don't want to see it, but I will watch it if it happens. So for what it's worth, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, if they make that fight, I won't watch it. I'll watch it, but, you know, it is what it is. But what I would like to see is Dillian Whyte versus Ngannou. I think that's a good fight. Dillian Whyte is a boxer who has a background and who has at least trained some in MMA, the same way Conor McGregor at least trained a little bit in boxing. Conor McGregor wasn't an actual boxer, but he did have a background in boxing. He did train in boxing for a little bit, and you have that with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, you want to make some bread? This is your chance. I mean, I don't know how much money Dillian Whyte can make with a fight with Ngannou because, you know, UFC fighters, they get raw blind. But if he can make a decent check with Ngannou in the cage and sign a 2-fight deal that after the cage they fight in boxing, he can make some pretty good bread off that. And he'd get a shot at becoming the UFC heavyweight champ. So why not? Your first, fighting UFC for the heavyweight championship. Yo, imagine if Dillian Whyte could become the first fighter to be the UFC and the boxing heavyweight champion at the same damn time. Why not? Why not, Dillian? Go for it.
Interim
Go
champion.
for it, Dillian.
Interim.
No, but he has a mandatory shot that won't change.
That's never going to happen.
Dillian, listen to your boy. You can make history. You be the greatest combat fighter that ever lived. If you can become the heavyweight champion in mixed martial arts and the heavyweight champion in boxing, you be that guy. No one can say anything to Dillian. Like, Dillian, hey, Dillian whoops him. Dillian got busy. And depends on who he beats for the titles too. If he beats Fury, he beats Joshua, he becomes champion. Hey, legendary. Hey, Dillian, go for both. Fight Ngannou and then go for that title. That's what I say to him. Hey, you can't beat the opportunity. You get to fight for the MMA title and you get to fight for the heavyweight title in boxing. You mean to tell me Dillian Whyte doesn't have a chance of connecting on Ngannou and knocking him spark out?
He got a chance.
So he got to punch his chin.
Tell us, we got anything else to say?
I'm just saying, can he take a kick to the face? Is he prepared to get put into a submission hold where it's just a quick tap?
What does he have to lose? What does he have to lose?
Nothing.
But, hey, listen, he better stay on his feet because if he gets straddled, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you have any comments, please tell us how you feel. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter.
Dillian, champion in two sports, baby.
Bros. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services also. Dillian, this is your chance, I guess.
This is your chance, yo. She might want you out.
To more Dillian. You know what I'm saying?
Box Bros.